Hello and welcome. This is a very special episode because there is no one but me and you. You're listening or watching, and I'm talking. And I've got responses, and I've got people writing letters, and I'm going to answer each and every single one if I can. It's going to be a lot. Jesus. I've already got a lot of messages. But I'm here, you're here. Let's get to it. Hope you're having a great day, great time, great night, wherever you're listening, watching from. Thank you. Appreciate it. Now, without further ado, I'm not going to waste your time. I know what you're here for, and you know what I'm here for. Let me start with the first question. Let's see. The first letter is hi, hello, hi. No, just kidding. I mean, it is the first one. I just saved it, Okay. Let's get to it. What are your thoughts on people who don't believe in Jesus? I probably should have ordered these. I'm going to get back to it, actually, because I don't want to start with the personal questions. I want your questions first, but I'll get back to it. Did you second guess if going to uni was the right thing to do? Feel like some people are conflicted between whether it is the right thing to do, or do you feel it would be better to take risks early on? I didn't feel like going to uni is the right thing to do, especially when I was in year 12. I felt that there was that pressure on me because every one of my cousins were kind of low with their grades and they were not really that good. And so I felt like my parents were putting that pressure on me, especially with my brother. He was very successful. I did second guess going to uni. I didn't go into the right thing. It didn't suit me. I didn't like it. I did biomedical science for 2 years. And I eventually found it what I was happy with, and I went with psychology. And so I feel like some people are conflicted between whether it is the right thing to do, or do you feel it would be better to take risks? Or it depends what the risk is. If going to uni is a risk for you, take it. Honestly, some people just going to uni is a risk for them. And it's not only a mental thing, it's a financial thing as well, because can you afford it? Can you stay there for as long as you could and do something with it? If you can't afford it, then you're kind of done for, basically, because think about all the loans if you don't pay up front, right? So yes, going to uni is a big risk. I did second guess it, and you should too, especially with today's marketplace. It's not a place where you only get a degree and then you go on and get a job. It's not as easy as that. Like I had Mohammed talk about job experience one time on the podcast. Yeah, he mentioned how you need the experience now. It's not just I go to uni and I get a job and I get graduated and I get Jesus. It's not as simple as I go to uni, I graduate, I get a job. It's not like that. You gotta get the experience as well. And it's just something that you gotta work out in your head. Is this something worth it or is it not? Do I wanna waste my time on something that I don't really care for? Unless you're passionate about something that you're studying, because I've met passionate engineers, believe it or not. They exist. Okay, so that is my answer to you. Moving on. Jeez, that was quick. All right. This studio is the whole building is empty. It's not just a studio. There's no one. And I mean no one. It is just me and you. You're listening and I'm talking. It was very intimate, very nice. I'm going to say the word intimate. Someone called me out for the word intimate. Thank you, Andres, for ruining the word for me. All right, moving on. I am finding it very hard to stay motivated. I could stay in bed all day and not care. I go to work and uni, and I do all the necessities of life. But I just do them to keep life going. I feel bored and highly unmotivated. I feel like I get overwhelmed with uni work and work. So work. And I don't know how to create a manageable schedule. Believe it or not, creating a manageable schedule is something that I struggle with as well. And I think a lot of people do. It's not easy to create a schedule for you that you follow week by week, day by day, and you stick to it. It's hard. It's very difficult. You say I find it very hard to stay motivated. One thing I gotta tell you, do not believe that motivation will get you anywhere. I'll just say this right now. Motivation is not gonna get you anywhere, my brother or my sister. It's just not like that. if you do things when you only feel like it, you're not getting anywhere with your life. Think about it like going to the gym. If you go to the gym whenever you feel like it, there's nothing to do there. There's no gains. There's no muscles to build. It's a waste of time and a waste of money. I could stay in bed all day and not care. I go to work. Well, all right, I'll get to that. I know what you mean. I go to work in uni and I do all the necessities of life, but I just do them to keep life going. All right, might take a little dark turn right here, but are you keeping life going? Is this really life? You just wake up and you go out of bed whenever you feel like it, and you go do things that you don't really care about, or you're not present in them. You're just there. You're like a body. You're like a walking corpse. Is this life? Is this life for you? You say you're keeping life going, but are you? Are you really? I feel bored and highly unmotivated. Yeah, like no shit, you do feel bored because you're not present. It's not something that engages you. I don't know what you're studying, but if it's not something that you care for, should you be studying it? Just like we talked about right now. I feel bored and highly unmotivated. I feel like I get overwhelmed with uni work and work. I don't know how to create a manageable schedule. So look, I don't feel overwhelmed with uni work. You know why? Because I don't do it. This could be taken out of context, but I only do my uni work just before the exams. The reason why is not because I don't care about it. I care about it. I don't have the time. Like between this and family and whatnot, I don't have the time to sit down and be a normal student. This is not for me. And I could very well drop out of psychology like next year. Who knows, right? All options are on the table. It's just that I don't, because it's something that I enjoy, if I'm being totally honest. So you need to think about, do you get meaning out of what you're doing? And something that I found recently is that whenever I struggle to wake up, it's because I'm not putting the big picture in my head when I wake up. And it's hard. It's so hard, man, to keep the bigger picture. You lose track with everyday life. You lose track of why do you do what you do. And so it's important to actively put the bigger picture in your head and remember why you're doing what you're doing. And if you don't have a reason, you don't have a why, maybe it's about damn time you find out. Because you could be very well into your 30s soon and you're just wasting your 20s or your teens, right? And I don't believe in that whole you have time concept. You do have time. You have plenty of time, right? But you have time that is more valuable than other time. And this is the time, the 20s, the 30s, the teens, is the most valuable time to produce something for later. Like you could produce something later on for sure, but you can argue that it's going to be as beneficial as if you did it in your 20s, in your teens. So you say if you started a business in your 20s, by the time you're 40, by the time you're 30, your business could be booming. If you start it in your 30s or 40s, you might as well like have your business booming, but could be later on in your 50s or your 60s. And so what did you do in the last 10, 20 years? And I'm not throwing shade at people that don't do nothing. Like at least you did something, but don't wait. Life is quick. Like you never know when you're out of here, right? Don't take time for granted. Find your why and do it. You're here for a reason and a very short time. Jeez, I should become a priest. I'm so preachy. But no, seriously. Yeah, man. Going out of bed is a struggle. I understand. You should probably read, was it Aurelius in Meditations, where he says that. So I don't know if you know Marcus Aurelius, but he was an emperor, right? I should probably search it up. Marcus Aurelius, bet. Quote. Okay. Yeah, Marcus Aurelius on how to drag yourself out of bed. At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work. As a human being, what do I have to complain of if I'm going to do what I was born for, the things I was brought into the world to do? Or is this what I am created for, to huddle under the blankets and stay warm? And this was an emperor like 6,000, 5,000 years ago. What he's trying to say is basically, I have something to do. And if ants and birds can get up and do something that is probably not as meaningful as me, because he's human, then I should probably get the hell up. But yeah, man, I love you. Stay safe. You'll figure it out. How to create a manageable schedule. There's a lot of apps, believe it or not. There's a few apps that I've read online that do help you with your schedule and your time. I should probably tap into it as well, if I'm being honest. But yeah, you figure it out. Hope that helped. Now, moving on. Who/what gives you a sense of purpose? Getting too personal, people. Sorry, though. I think who/what, that's very interesting. Because it could be a what. I could say God gives me a sense of purpose. I wouldn't be lying. But then again, I'd have to explain what God is to me or who God is to me. Because it's different to each and every single person. For some people, it's money. For some people, it's fame. For some people, it's power. For some people, it's love. For some people, it's hatred and evil and killing the Jews like someone did 60 years ago. Hope your parents are proud or something like that. Right. But yeah, who/what gives you a sense of purpose? I would say my family. My family, yeah. They don't necessarily give me the sense of purpose because I give myself that sense of purpose. I tell myself what I need to do, how to do, when to do. And so I'm constantly reminding myself of the sense of purpose. But who gives me purpose itself is probably my family. And considering I come from a first-generation refugee family, you can't help but take responsibility upon your shoulders and go, I should help him. And when you think about how am I going to help him, you think about all the things that you should do: work, money, sleepless nights, uni, studying, starting a podcast, right? Plus, my friends, so overall my people, if I can make one person in my circle a better person, that's my purpose. I will try all my life, basically, to make that person a better person. And how? By making myself a better person for that person to want to be around me. I'm not just going to go around and tell someone what to do. That's just not realistic. But if I'm a good person, people would want to be around me. And if I have that effect on people, then I can recognize who am I helping, who am I not helping, how can I help who I can help. If they want to, obviously, you can't impose it on people. You can't just go up to someone and go, hey, let me help you. And they go, no. And you go, no, yeah, I've got to help you. It's got to come from them. Like, I'm a big believer in helping people, sure. But I also don't think that you got to impose it. It's got to be that inside call. They've got to get it from inside of them, if that makes sense. You can offer your hand. You can always offer your hand, but don't impose. Don't just shove it down their throat, right? That's not very nice. But yeah, what gives you a sense of purpose? That's what gives me my purpose. I give myself my sense of purpose, and also God. God is a big thing in my life. It's the highest, most noble aim I could go for in my life. And so think about God. If he created heaven, he wanted me to be in it. Now, what can I do to be in it? And heaven is not just you die and you go to it. It's not just like that. You could be well alive and you're in heaven. just as much as you can be in hell. Some people are living hells, and you talk to someone and they go, well, my life is a living hell. Or, no shit, you drove yourself there. But yeah, how do you become heaven? How do you go to heaven? You become heaven. You become a better person. You become a more beautiful person. Because that's what heaven is. It's beautiful. It's a good place to live in. Moving on. Jeez, I'm going through. I'm thinking it's going to be a very short episode. I don't even know how long. How long have we been? 17 minutes. All right. That's not bad. Might be a 40-minute episode. We'll see. Okay. So moving on. I've got a problem from Instagram. He did not submit it on the forums. He sent me a message on Instagram. Is this wrong? Yeah, it is wrong. I'm going to read it right now. I told him I'd read it right now, so I'm going to read it right now. It goes, look, I have a lot of personal problems. One of them, I don't have many friends. In my entire life, I have only 2. And both of them can't understand me. And when we go outside, I always regret it because of the boring conversations and the feeling of loneliness. I know it seems kind of odd. Humans just like animals with brain and rules. Give them what they like, they will do whatever you want. It's just like the dog and the treat. They do something good, you give them compliments to make them feel good, just like a treat. So acting make me like them, and it needs a lot of efforts, so I prefer being alone. Oh, so acting me like, okay, so you're acting like you like him and it takes a lot of effort. That's a nasty one. That's evil. I'm going to be honest with you. It's a little bit evil. Both of them, in my entire life, I only have 2. Okay. So your whole life, you only have 2 friends. And both of them don't understand you. So let me just pause right here. Are they really your friends? And you got to ask yourself this question and be 100% real about it. Are these people really your friends? If they can't understand you, maybe you understand them to what you think. Maybe they're acting just like you, right? Because what's stopping them? Just like we talked, you surround yourself with people just like you. Maybe they're acting just like you are. So what makes you think they understand you or you understand them? When we go outside, I always regret it because of the boring conversations and the feeling of loneliness. So you're disconnected from these people, obviously. Humans are just like animals with brain and rules. We are animals. We're not just like them, we are animals. With brain and rules. They have brain as well. It's just that we've got consciousness. We decide what to do more efficiently than animals, I guess. Animals decide, but they don't really think sometimes. Give them what they like and they will do whatever you want. It's just like dog and the treat. They do something good, you give them compliments to make them feel good, just like a treat. These are not your friends. Now, these are people that are working for you. These are people that you think very low of. These are not your friends, brother, right? These people are not your friends. You don't care enough about them. You don't care enough about them to be honest with them. You don't care enough about them to tell them the truth. You don't care enough to be open. If you did, you would have told them. Now, obviously, you feel disconnected because they don't give you anything back. They don't give you meaning. They don't give you a challenge. They don't give you an idea that is better than what you have, that challenges your idea. Of course, the conversations are going to be boring and lonely. You don't connect with these people. Acting like you like them and it needs a lot of efforts. Of course you're acting. طبعا. Right? You prefer being alone, but that's just not the right way to go about it. We're not created to be alone. We're not created to be lonely. We're created to be with other people. Adam wasn't created without Eve. Sounds a bit cliche and too religious, but that's just the truth. Right? You need other people. You need other friends. You say you prefer being alone. But if you're going down that path, you should understand where it's going to take you. And if you're totally fine with that, and I'm not going to say you're happy with that. No one is happy with that. Don't lie to yourself. You're not happy with that. If you're fine with that, if you're fine going into the abyss, going into a living hell of a life, then go. If that's something that you truly want, and it's not something that you would want to want. No one in their right minds would want this, but you gotta have a think about the people you surround with as well, because you're not just you. You're not your own body. Sorry, you're not your own person. You're not an alone person. I know you prefer being alone, but you've got family, you've got friends. Oh, I wouldn't say friends. You've got family, sisters, brothers, mom, dad, possibly partner, possibly child. You're linked. You can't just think selfishly about it. You can't think selfishly about it. You can't. And if you do, that's very evil. It's very Machiavellian. If you choose to do that, that's pure evil. If you choose to lie to them like you're lying to yourself, that's evil. If you choose to entangle the people you love or pretend to love, like your family, into this lifestyle, you're lying to them. And hey, some people don't have good parents. Some people don't have good family. Some people don't have good friends. And it's not that bad to disconnect from these people. Find some people that actually care about you. Find some people that can help you understand yourself better. You shouldn't have to live in this miserable abyss. No one should. Life is beautiful, brother. Life is good. I know it sounds a little bit cliche, like, oh, whatever. But life is good when you want it to be good. Trust me. But yeah, with your friends, I'd say get new friends, because that's just unfair to your friends. Like, why do you gotta put them in this dilemma? Like, if you wanna disconnect with them, they might get mad at you first, but it's probably for the best, in their best interest. Maybe they'll get mad at you, and they possibly will, and they will think that you're a bad person, but actually you're doing the right thing. So, get new friends. That's what I would say. And don't be so harsh on yourself. You're a good guy. I love you. All right, moving on. What to do when you think everything is against you? Okay, let me repeat it again. What to do when you think everything is against you? You don't think everything is against you. And I know this is gonna sound silly. I'll explain. You gotta ask yourself first, why do I think everything is against me? People? Family? Who? Who's against me? People, family, life, friends, acquaintances, people at work. Maybe they are. Jesus. Maybe they are. Some people are really mean. But what are you going to do about it? What to do when everything is against you? You go right through it, buddy. It's like a wall. I'm not going to tell you, oh no, not everyone is out to get you or something like that. That's true. Not everyone is out to get you. You got to build a mindset where you recognize the people that are trying to get you and the people that are not. Keep the ones that are not close and just push the other ones away, right? But I do get what you're saying. Some people are just unfortunate. Whatever you do, it doesn't hit, it doesn't land. You can start a new job and 2 weeks into it, you're fired. Or you could try to do something for a year, for 2 years, and it doesn't work. Start a business and it fails. All the odds are against you. One thing is, you have to keep pushing. There is no argument there. Because if you don't, what else are you going to do? Sit down and say, oh, everything is against me, that's it, I'm not going to try. No, of course everything is going to be against you. Well, that's just life. Go on and sail in the Red Sea, or like sail in an ocean or something. The water is not going to be calm at all. It's probably going to be more, what is the word for it? It's probably going to be like, Jesus. What is the opposite of calm? What I'm trying, you know what I'm trying to say. If you go out and sail, it's probably going to be more windy, more rowdy than calm. And that's the beauty of it. It gives you a challenge. It gives you a reason to keep fighting, because you are fighting after all. And if there is no one against you or nothing against you, who the hell are you fighting, right? You fight yourself, right? Because you're against you as well, believe it or not. It's not just everyone is against you. You're against you too. Your mind works in a way where it doesn't want you to be uncomfortable. It doesn't want you to be happy. That's just how it is. Your mind is probably more addicted to negativity than positivity. And so you got to tune yourself in a way where you're not only just looking out for other people, but you're looking out for yourself. You're keeping yourself close as well. Keep yourself in check. Talk to yourself. See how you're doing. But what to do when everything is against you is you hold your ground and you go through it. It's like a wall. It's like a brick wall. You just smash through it. There's no other way around it. Otherwise, you're just standing there doing nothing. And then you're not moving at all. But yeah, it's very unfortunate. I'm really sorry that everything is going against you. But I know for a fact that 1 time out of 10, at least, or 1 time out of 100, it won't get against you. It will be with you. And that's the time that you gotta take and build upon and appreciate, because it's not gonna come very often. Bamba clap. Okay, we got one more, a few more actually. A lot more, Jesus. Okay. Hey Fidel, I'm loving all the work you're putting for the podcast. I would like to ask this question. Well, thank you. Because I know many friends and many family which wanted to try the whole internet influencer career path and either give up too early or fail to grow a bigger audience. My question is, what actions are you doing to grow the platform that you are producing and promoting? Okay. This is a very good question, actually. It's not a complaint. It's not a vent. It's not something that's deep. It's a very insightful question. Cool. I'll let you know. I'm just starting right now. Cool. I wouldn't say I'm an influencer. I'm just a guy that's got a podcast and he's talking. Which is funny because you're kind of influencing people, right? But I wouldn't call myself an influencer, no. Like, I'm the same right here, the same outside. My question is, what actions are you doing to grow the platform that you are producing and promoting? Actions is showing up every day, right? And again, I don't want to be preachy about it, but literally showing up every day. And not for anyone else, showing up to yourself. That's for producing part. That's how you produce it. That's how you grow it. You show up every day and you do what you do. Whether it's a podcast, whether it's a YouTube channel, whether it's Instagram page, you gotta show up every day. Think about it like this. Once you enter this dimension, once you enter talking to a camera, once you enter talking to a microphone, you're not just talking to a microphone like we are right now. I'm talking to you. We're communicating. Sure, I might be alone in the studio, but I'm not alone. I've got you, right? And so the big aspect of it is being yourself and being in touch with who you're trying to touch, right? So I know who follows this page and I know who listens to it. And I love and appreciate each and every single one. But that's right now because it's on a size that's small enough for me to monitor. Maybe later on it expands, maybe it doesn't, I don't know. But you gotta believe in yourself. You gotta believe that what you're doing right now is deep, meaningful, and is helping people. And now how do you do that? You ask. You ask. I get people that send messages that say they love it. And I get people that I personally ask about their opinion. Like, do you think this is good? Do you think this is bad? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Cool. That's also promoting it. Now, this is not ads and whatnot. Like, I've only run one ad for this podcast on a video, and I don't really enjoy it. Like, I found finding my audience through old style promotion. And so hearsay kind of thing, word of mouth type of thing, is more efficient, more effective than posting an ad and getting people to watch it. Like, sure, you get clicks, you get views, but you don't get an emotional click. You don't get an emotional view. It's not a connection. It's just a click. And so for production, how to grow the platform that you're using, be genuine about it and do something that's deep and meaningful. Because if you're going to do it, you're not going to do it half-assed. And if you're not doing something deep or meaningful, you're probably going to do it half-assed. So don't do it half-assed. Just do something that's close to your heart. And everything else will fall into place, I promise. You'll put your heart and soul into it. Just today, like, I was coming to the studio, and I usually have my buddy Mitch comes with me, and he helps me out set up the equipment and whatnot, but he didn't have time. And so I said, that's totally fine. I had to bring everything myself, just like I used to do at the start. And guess what? I came out and it was rainy. And so, you know, it wasn't a great weather for me to go out, carry like 2 stands, 1 bag, 2 backpacks, 1 at the front, 1 at the back. It wasn't very pleasant, but I did it anyway because it's something that's meaningful and deep, and I love it. And I promise to be here on time for people, for my people, for the people that are listening. It's like a relationship. You don't show up to a relationship because you feel like it. You show up because you have to every single day. Cool. But yeah, promoting and whatnot, you'll figure it out. You've got all types of ads, all types of things. But the most valuable asset that you promote is you. Okay. Not coming from Australia. How do you like AFL? PS, come to a game with me. Thanks, Paul. Only if it's Essendon Bombers. Okay. Not coming from Australia. How do you like AFL? I don't know. Do I like AFL? It's all right. It's a good sport. It's a lot of bulky men. It's a lot of big men that do a lot of interesting things. No, I'm kidding. So funny thing is, back in Iraq, rugby is a non-existent sport. And no one actually plays rugby or hears about rugby or is interested in. I know it's not the same thing, but what I'm trying to say is, I had this little mini sponge rugby ball at the house, and I was very enthusiastic about it. Like, I would leave everything in the house, the football ball, the basketball ball, the tennis ball, and I would just play with the rugby ball. It was something that was interesting to me. I don't know why, but I used to just like grab it. Actually bit it one time, believe it or not, because it looked very tasty. But I used to grab it and I would toss it and I would, jump after it and crawl on the ground and maybe smash a couple of things and get my mom mad and maybe she'd take it away for a week or so. But I was enthusiastic about rugby and egg ball at one time in my life. And so I'm not really strange to AFL, although I would love to go to a game. So yes, hit me up. We can set it up. Beautiful. Essendon though. And preferably Carlton, because you go for Carlton, I think. And so if we lose, you get to pay for my ticket. If we win, I get to laugh at you. Jokes, I don't laugh at you. I'll try not to. Okay. Should you find a meaning for your life, or should you find a meaning in life? Eben. Okay, thanks, Eben. So for those that don't know, Eben was on the promotional video of the podcast we released for the bag, for the briefcase, back in May. He was one of the boys. He was the one with the long, what's it called? That long rain jacket, was it? Yeah. Also, Evan, I'm waiting. Actually, you're waiting on my message. I'm so sorry, man. We got to set it up because we got to go for one Saturday night. I'll message you. No worries. You still owe me I still owe you a dinner. But yeah, should you find a meaning for your life, or should you find a meaning in life? That's such a deep question, man. What is wrong with you? All right. Excuse me. This is taken out of my time. I'm going to read it again. Should you find a meaning for your life, or should you find a meaning in life? I'm not quite sure I fully understand the second part. Should you find a meaning in life? Because I agree with it. You should find a meaning in life. Because if you don't, why are you living? Right? But I think one's a precursor to the other one, if you get what I mean. Like, I don't think you can have one without the other, because you're on a search in both cases. So if you're going out every day to find a meaning for your life, or if you're trying to find a meaning in life, you're going on a search in both of them. I think finding a meaning in life is a precursor. So once you find a meaning in your life, you find the meaning for your life. Think about it like a movie, right? And you could totally disagree with this, but think about it like a movie. And finding the meaning for the movie is not until the end. It's like watching a Christopher Nolan movie. You don't really get what's going on until the end. But you spend the whole time trying to find the meaning. But I guess it's different to everyone. Like, some people, they don't find meaning in their life until they're 40, 50. Should you find a meaning in life? You should. You should. Life is very meaningful if you look for it actively. Right? Don't just sit down and wait for something to happen. Go out there and look for it. So you should find meaning in life. If you try hard enough. It's not easy. And some people give up halfway through, and so they don't find any meaning at all. But this search itself, for some people, is their meaning. They spend their whole life just looking for meaning. Why am I here? What should I do? How to do? Why to do? They're all very valid questions, and they all have very good answers. Like you should do. You should absolutely do something. You should absolutely do something that's meaningful. Should you find a meaning, though? I don't know. Should you find a meaning? I don't think it's something you go out there and find. It's not like it's a conclusion, because if you do find it, what's the point of living now, right? Actually, no, that's contradictory. That's not what I meant to say. You do find it, but it's not a conclusion, if you know what I mean. You don't just sit down and go, I figured it all out. This is exactly what I'm born for. Because people change. Humans change. You could be doing something that you enjoy for about 10 years, and then something switches in your head and you're like, no, screw this. That's not what I'm here for. I don't like this anymore. And it happens. Like I know about an Arab singer. I don't know his name exactly, but he was a singer, and halfway through his career, and he's like a very dedicated singer. Halfway through his career, he was like, "No, screw this. I don't want to be a singer anymore. I want to chase priesthood," and he became a priest. Now he's a priest, and maybe I don't know, 5 more years he'll figure out, no, I don't want to be a priest. Like screw this, I'll switch to something else. There is no one end meaning. Could be more than one. But you should absolutely find meaning in life, yes. Life is very meaningful. And it gives you meaning every day. There is not a single thing that you do that doesn't have a meaning or doesn't have an effect. Everything you do, every step you step, has meaning and effect. Right? Every little thing you think that's meaningless. Even if it's as simple as sitting at home scrolling through your phone, could affect something that could happen in 2 hours. So yeah, you do find meaning in life. A lot of meanings. And you gotta interpret and decipher each and every single one on your own. But you'll figure it out too. You're smart. Okay, I'm gonna go back to one question I skipped at the very beginning. I feel like we're getting a little bit deeper right now. Excuse me. Okay, where is it? Jesus. What are your thoughts on people who don't believe in Jesus? I've got to look in the camera again and say, what are your thoughts on people who don't believe in Jesus? Sure, it's your opinion, I guess. I don't really have thoughts that are negative necessarily. Just because I believe in something doesn't mean someone else has to believe in it. It would be cool if we shared a different understanding, right? Because you don't want everyone to be the same. What's the point of life if everyone worshipped the same God? What's the point of life if everyone drove the same car? What's the point of life if everyone looked the same? Right? Like, what are your thoughts on people who don't believe in Jesus? It's cool. As long as you're not being an asshole about it to everyone else. As long as you're not going out of your way to tell people that they're doing the wrong thing, because it is really not your place. Right? I see a lot of people that just spread negativity for no reason. Like, oh, you're Jew, or like you worship this, you worship that, you worship Buddha. Like, why? You should be worshiping X, Y, and Z. It's really not your place, brother. It's not your place to tell people what to do, who to worship. Is their decision. I'm a Christian, right? But I don't feel inclined to judge people who don't believe in Jesus. A man came and had a message, and I actually like the story of the Bible. It's one of my favorite stories, and I probably like the Old Testament more. But I think it's I don't have an issue unless you outright attack something that you're not educated about. That's probably when I have an issue. And it's not that I have an issue with your opinion. It's more like your unacceptance. And unacceptance to an idea. And so if I sit down and talk to a Jew or a Muslim or a Sikh, I'm more than happy to listen about their religion. Because you could learn something. Not all religions are perfect. Not all ideas are complete. Especially not humans. So what's so wrong about listening to someone talk about their religion, whether it's Muhammad, whether it's Moses, whether it's Zarathustra, for some people, believe it or not. Yeah, it's very enlightening. It's very nice to hear people talk about different things. So I have an issue with people that don't want to listen, that don't want to broaden their horizons, their mentality. They don't want to accept something new. They just go, oh no, I'm just going to sit down and be happy with what I have. like you know any better. No, don't take that high horse. Because if you do, you'll fall easy and you'll fall quick and you'll grow bitter. So yeah, what are your thoughts on people who don't believe in Jesus? It's cool, as long as you're not a real ass about it. And if you keep an open mind, always. Okay, I have a few more, but they're a little bit more serious. That's why I saved them. Bear in mind, I haven't looked at any one of these questions. Let me tie my shoelace real quick. The knot up through the middle, and I screwed it up. Let me try again. I tie a knot right through the middle. Bunny ears. Okay, nice. What are we on right now? 40 minutes you've been listening. You nosy you. Listening to people's problems. Okay. All right. These might be a little bit serious. So this one is, oh boy. All right, this is a little NSFW. Cool. So if it's not something you like, cover your ears or something. I don't know. All right, cool. So question is titled, "How fucking more? I am done. It's been years of working on myself." Jesus, why do I sound like this? I have a lisp sometimes, right? So I gotta repeat it. I am done. It's been years of working on myself, in quotation marks, and nothing clicks. I'm still unhappy. I'm still single and creeping towards my 30s and have not experienced any of the things most of the people my age did. I'm 27 already. I've become a doctor. I quit smoking, drinking, masturbation, and a lot of unhealthy habits. I've been in the gym for 10 years. All right. I went to therapy for 6, and I have a great relation with my family, but I'm still unhappy. God, nothing is better. I've wasted my youth while my friends had chill student lives. I worked like a horse in order to finish med school, while they had sex, relationships, and a lot more young party lifestyle, quotation mark. I was buried in books and almost never went out. Despite my healthy lifestyle, I didn't grow past 5'7". I never had a woman look at me the way I saw my friends being looked at, and I was very happy since 20. Wait, what? I never had a woman look at me the way I saw my friends being looked at. Oh yeah. And I was never happy since 20. And I don't know where I went wrong, but all this work has not been making my life better in the slightest. I think I won't taste any more time. I won't waste any more time. I should probably just quit everything, even life as it is. I'm worried one day my colleagues will find me on the pavement in front of the ER. Okay. First of all, not okay. I am very sorry, Mr. No Name. This is deep. First of all, actually, I'm not sorry, right? Because I did nothing wrong, right? What I will say is, I do emphasize. Your situation is very sad. I feel for you. I really do, because I've got friends exactly like that, believe it or not. And the thing is, a lot of people have these people in their lives that are going through things like these, but they don't know about it, right? They don't talk about it. I'm assuming you're a guy, right? Because you talk about how your friends had relationships, but women don't look at you. And yes, it is a lot common with guys. You're a very short dude, 5'7", and it can kind of affect your self-esteem. So I get where you're coming from. It's terrible. This is sort of like what someone was talking about, where everything is against them. This is like a prime example, right? And I'm not going to blow smoke up your ass and tell you that everything's going to be all right. You're clearly struggling and you're going into your 30s. But you feel FOMO still. And for people that don't know what FOMO is fear of missing out. It's very strange that you're going into your 30s and now you feel FOMO. It's been years of... what you say you're done, and it's been years of working on yourself. You should never be done, right? And bear with me for a second. I'm not trying to grill you or roast you about something. I'm gonna talk to you like you're someone I care for. I don't know who you are, but right now within this context, I really do care. You should never be done. You should never be unfinished working on myself. It's not an end goal. It's not a race. It's not a finish line that you cross. It's a lifestyle, and when you choose to live like that, when you choose to be better, anything else you do is a step back. You say you're unhappy. You're single and creeping towards your 30s, so you're like late in 20s. Understandable. I'm gonna address it one by one. You're still unhappy. And if you want to be happy, good fucking luck. All right? You might as well never be happy. Some people only experience happiness 10% in their life. I don't think you should aim to be happy. Honestly, if you're aiming to be happy, that's a bit too shallow. It's like what we were talking about. Happiness can get you so far. You should probably pursue doing something meaningful. Because from what you're talking about, you say you've become a doctor. But did you really want to become a doctor? Is this a lifestyle that you chose? Or did you just succumb to it? Is this something that you wanted? Or did someone want it for you? Right? And I'm trying to be as fair as possible. So I apologize if I see something that I'm unaware of, because I'm only dealing with what I've received. You've quit smoking, drinking, masturbation, and a lot of unhealthy habits. Good for you. Some people still struggle for it, and I'm proud of you. Good job. So you're already you already have the basis, which is great. But clearly, there's a hole in your structure. What I see. Not experience any of the things most of the people my age did. Nothing is better. I've wasted my youth while my friends had chill student lives. I worked like a horse in order to finish med school, while they had sex relationships and a lot more young party style of life. I was buried in books and almost never went out. See, this is what a lot of people think is healthy. This is not healthy. You say you've quit a lot of unhealthy habits, but you just developed more unhealthy habits, or probably similar unhealthy habits. You got rid of your stereotypical damaging lifestyle. Drinking, porn, smoking. Everyone knows it's bad. You got indulged into what people would call healthy in an unhealthy manner. This is not good. Just because something is deemed as healthy doesn't mean you gotta abuse it. Right? Doesn't mean it's gonna help you. Like, you clearly missed out on, sure, hookup culture or partying or having a good fucking time. You've missed out on that. And I feel bad for you, because I don't know how or who possessed you with this idea that if you just do everything so healthy, you'll be all right. No, that's not life. That's not realistic. It's like injecting yourself with life support 24/7 and expecting to be healthy. People on life support are on life support because they have to be. But you get my idea. It's like, drink a protein powder every day for the rest of your life. It's good, it helps, but it's not going to help you be good. You get what I mean? You missed out on a healthy balance. And I'm speaking from experience because I had that time too. I had my fair share of unhealthy habits. Well, not habits, actually, partying and whatnot, yeah. I didn't do much, but I did some of it, and it was enough for me. I was reading books and almost never went out. Yeah, see, almost never went out. That's a problem in itself. Like, why are you not going out? Life is so much more than sticking behind four walls and calling it a day. Either you protected yourself too much or your parents protected you. Or a combination of both. It's like Snow White. They're trying to protect it to the point where it kills her. I never had a woman look at me the way I saw my friends being looked at, and I was never happy since 20. I don't know where I went wrong, but this work has not been making my life better in the slightest. I know where you went wrong. I just told you I know where you went wrong. This is my healthy lifestyle. It's not healthy. You say despite my healthy lifestyle, it is not healthy. But you say, yeah, I didn't grow, so yeah, you're talking about your height. I don't think that helps. Your height is I think it's pretty sure predetermined, right? I tried my best to go past 178, 179. Didn't work. Right? I look stupid just hanging off the thing. I never had a woman look at me the way I saw my friends being looked at. Yeah. Yeah. Women want someone that is confident, right? Or at least what passes for confident. We can dive into Machiavellianary right now and just say that some women get tricked by fake confident, and some people do. A lot of people do, actually. You probably have more fake confident guys than actual confident guys. And that's probably why women don't look. You don't have either. You're not confident, and you don't know how to fake confidence. That's why women didn't look at you. And some people are just ugly. And I don't mean like face-wise. Some people are just ugly on the inside. And that's probably more hurtful than being ugly on the inside. I don't know if that's the case for you. I'm not sure. I don't think so. Some people are just ugly on the inside. They don't know the right things to say. They don't know the right jokes to make. They don't know how to relate their ideas in a efficient manner, right? But yeah, I think it's a confidence thing. I never had a woman look at me the way my friends, and I was never happy since 20. So 7 years. You say you've never been happy since 20. But like, happiness is not a state of mind. Or at least it's not an affordable state of mind. It's not something that you can keep up. It's not realistic. I highly doubt you've never been happy since 20, even if for a split second. But I'm going to go with you because I'm going to believe you, right? I'm not disagreeing with you. Sure, you might have never been happy for at least 1 second ever since you've been 20. Or at least what qualifies for happy in your head. All this work has not been making my life better in the slightest. I think I won't waste my time anymore. I should probably just quit everything, even life as it is. I'm worried one day my colleagues will find me on the pavement in front of the ER. Why are you worried? Why are you worried? If that's something that you don't care about. You don't care about enough about him to the point where you're just gonna quit your life. You don't care about your life enough. Why would you care about what your colleagues would find? Unless you just don't want to leave that horrible idea in your head, and even still, like, you wouldn't care enough. You didn't even care about your own life. Why would you care about someone else? But this is very horrible, right? This is not a good way to think, my brother. I just told you, it's a confidence thing, and it's a big FOMO thing. It sucks. It really sucks. I pray for you. My advice to you would be, you're 27. You're not old. You've basically just started. You're 27 years old out of an average of 80. So that's like 1/4 of your life. Not even, right? If you live up to 90, it's not even 1/4. You haven't hit 1/4. Some people do live to 90, believe it or not. You're 27, you got a lot to look forward to. Now, why should you look forward to it? Because obviously it's not going well. I would say you screwed up for 7 years. You didn't hit the right balance for your life. This is the time that you do. And this is very serious. It's a very serious time to act. You gotta get your shit together. And what I mean by that is, find what works for you and do it, right? Because you clearly haven't hit the right balance. Look for it. You're a doctor. If you don't enjoy that, quit it. You've been going to therapy for 6 years. If it's not working, change it. Do something else. Just because you're going to talking to a psychologist for 6 years doesn't mean you're going to get help. That's not how it works. For some people, therapy is as simple as playing football with their mates. For some people, therapy is as easy as sitting in your house listening to some music alone, thinking about your day, right? But look after yourself, man. But yeah, I would say this is a very crucial time for you to act. Life is great. Life is good. Life is beautiful. It is not happy. It is not a happy place. It's just not like that. Right? Even God wasn't happy. He came to earth and people put him on a cross and they made him carry it. Like, right? It's just, I'm not trying to throw some religious shit at you, but what I'm trying to say, there's a symbolism in this story. There's a reason why they made him carry the cross. There's a reason why he was nailed on the cross. You're God in your own story. You're the God of your own story. And you got to carry on cross one way or another. Now, does this mean that you can't get help? No, absolutely not. Even God got help. Even God has someone help him with the cross. And so you're not higher than that. Seek out help. Seek out people that care for you. Seek out people that love you. And if you can't find them, change your circle. If you can't look around and name 2 people that love you and you love back, it's time you got out. It's time you discovered people. It's time you found new people. There's 8 billion people in this world. If you try to love yourself like someone you care for, people will love you. But you gotta give them something back. You gotta love them back. I wish you nothing but luck and prosperity. And I'm here. Right? Don't shy away from messaging. Okay. Moving on. I'm a pick me. Well, actually, no. Let me reflect for a second. That was very deep, guys. That was very deep. I genuinely feel I don't want to say sorry. Sorry is not the right word. I feel something. It's not sorry. I don't feel sorry. Because I've never been exactly in that spot. Because I did find that balance one way or another by doing what I wanted to do. Cool. How long have we been on? Yeah, 1 hour. Should be good. Okay. I'll do a couple more and we'll wrap it up. I'm a pick me, ... question mark. TLDR, title self-explanatory. What is TLDR? Hold on. TLDR meaning. Too long, didn't read. Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't know why is that there. Okay, I'm a pick me / ... question mark. Title self-explanatory. People didn't like me, especially not guys. So I try to make everyone like me, guys or not. I don't have any experience dealing with guys, and I want to feel capable of charming the ones I like. Sneaky. I didn't explicitly put others down for my own gain, but I'm always trying to outdo them. I never felt good enough, and I need people, gender irrelevant, to like me. Nobody ever has, and I doubt anybody ever will. I try to give myself some subtle air of or uniqueness, or try to be a main character, or sorts. But it's wrong. I'm a delusional attention hog. That's not nice. I'm a delusional attention hog that resorts to always trying to one-up people so I feel better about myself. Oh, that is definitely not nice. I have no experience with anything past low-level friendships, so everything I do stand out or be wanted is stupid. What? I have no experience with anything past low-level friendships, so everything I do to stand out or be wanted is stupid. No. Plus, apparently, the whole concept is wrong. I seriously hate that I am this way. I think pick me is an understatement, and I'm a disgrace to all of humanity. I shouldn't be liked or allowed to have feelings. I got off track. Sorry. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. Okay. Jeez, I needed maybe this is a good time to have a female co-host, you know. So if everyone is listening, you want to be a female co-host, I would love to take your opinion on this, because I see a lot of girls that shame other girls for being a pick me girl, and the whole concept of pick me doesn't appeal to me, because we all want to be picked one way or another, right? I can't think of a single person that doesn't want the attention. Or even if they say, I don't want the attention, I don't believe it, right? It's what drives us every day. It's why we do what we do. And not necessarily attention itself, but to be picked. It's like a pyramid. It's like a pyramid, and you want to be at the very top. And if you're not at the very top, what are you doing, right? And if you're not the funny thing is, if you're not at the very top, you will try to make yourself be at the top one way or another. And even if it's by pulling people down, right? And if you meet someone that's higher on the pyramid and you're a little bit lower, that's when you feel anxiety and dominance taking over, right? And if you're all the way at the bottom right here, this is where things go terrible. And if you can't make it up, this is where things go south. Very bad. But back to this. People didn't like me, especially not guys. So I tried to make everyone like me, guys or not. I don't have any experience dealing with guys, and I want to feel capable of charming the ones I like. Well, you're a female, right? Charming guys is like the easiest things females can do. I'm talking from a straight man perspective. If you're a straight man, it's your natural calling to be with a female. It's basically why you do everything you do, right? And I don't want to speak for all guys, but this is my perspective on it. We work out. And I know some people are going to say, no, it's just for me, brother. No. We work out for females. We wake up for females. We go to work for females. We graduate for females. We eat, sleep, breathe for females. And I know this sounds a little bit obnoxious, but I'll explain. Why would you want to have a better body for yourself? Cool. As a guy, I'm talking to all the guys right now. Why would you want to have a good body? Because you want to feel good. You want to look good. All right. Why do you want to feel good? Why do you want to look good? For yourself? Yes, for yourself. But it's like a chain reaction. It's like all leading to wanting to find a mate. And if you're not trying to do that, something is seriously wrong. All right? It's just the way you are. You're primitive. You're like an animal. You're like a chimpanzee or something like that. You're a breadwinner by default. You're a lobster, like Jordan Peterson says. Right? So everything is motivated by your need to connect. Everything's motivated in your head primitively by your want to be with someone. Right? Even if you're not straight, even if you're gay, that's just how it is. It's just a different gender, right? You just feel that gap. You feel that gap wanting to be filled. And it's normal. And that's why you do what you do, whether you like it or not, whether you want to convince yourself that, no, it's just me, I want to get a good body, you know, just want to look good. No, don't lie to yourself, right? And now, there's nothing wrong about wanting to look good for yourself. There's nothing wrong about wanting to be good for yourself. But yeah, I think I've kind of went off topic, right? But yeah, charming guys is the one thing females are good at. And so you've got that upper hand already. Guys always want the approval of girls, one way or another, even if it's the most, you know, even if it's the toughest guy out there, right? He's got a soft spot somewhere in his head for a female. Soft spot somewhere in his head, yeah. Yeah. So charming guys is, I don't have experience dealing with guys and I want to feel capable. So you're incapable of it, but you gotta put yourself in a mindset where it's not something that is impossible. So when you talk about it, you say that I don't have experience dealing with guys. Go out there and talk to guys, right? And some guys feeling intimidated by you, by your presence. So you kind of have the upper hand, as if it was with guys, it's less likely that females were intimidated by him, you know? I mean, emotionally. Some people could disagree. I don't explicitly put others down for my own gain, but I'm always trying to outdo them. I didn't have an issue with that. What's wrong about that? Wanting to outdo people. I never felt good enough. Hold on. I don't explicitly put other people down for my own gain. That's good. Right? You're not inherently evil. You're not deeply evil. You don't have evil motives. You don't put people down just so you can be up. You're trying to be better than them, and I can totally understand that. I try to be the best person in the room whenever I walk. That's not that bad. You always want to be the best person in the room. Actually, some people would argue against that. Not the smartest, the best. And then you leave that room once you figure out you're the best. Go to a different one. I never felt good enough, and I don't need people and I need people to like me. Nobody ever has, and I doubt anyone ever will. And that's still normal. Like what you're saying right now is still very human. We crave the attention of other people. There's not a single person out there that go, I don't like people. I don't want people to like me. I don't care about people. You're lying to yourself. We constantly feel that need. So this is very normal. I can assure you that. But you say nobody ever has, and I doubt anybody ever will. This is where it becomes interesting. I try to give myself some subtle air or uniqueness, or try to be a main character of sorts, but it's wrong. I'm a delusional attention hog that resorts to always trying to one-up people so I feel better about myself. That's terrible. That was a bit evil. Okay. There's nothing wrong about wanting to have your own aura. There's nothing wrong about wanting to be a main character, whatever kids are calling it these days. It's called having charisma, right? There's nothing bad about having charisma. If you're charismatic, people will like you. People would want to be around you. And so why should you shame it? Try to give myself subtle air. Yeah, that's good. You're trying to give yourself that charisma. It's not something that you're born with. it's something that you figure out, and it's something that you develop. It's like a muscle, you train it. I don't understand when you say, but it's wrong. It's not wrong. It's not wrong. It's not wrong to wanting to be a main character. You are the main character of your own life. One Kanye quote that still hits me is when he was talking about how, in a song, how this your movie because no one can play you, essentially. And he was right. Like, you know, that sense of cameras following you around. That's your, I think, one way or another, that's your subconscious reminding you to act in a way that's charismatic, stand out, something that no one else would do but you, right? I'm a delusional attention hog that is also always trying to one-up people so I feel better about myself. This is wrong. This is very wrong. You should not try to step on other people to be higher than them. Now, up until now, you're not doing anything wrong, in my opinion, but this is very wrong. People are there to help you, most of them, right? And if you surround yourself with building blocks, and if you look at people as bricks that you step over and get higher up the ranking, it's only going to get you so far until all of these people are going to grumble and your whole brick layer is going to go down. Don't go that path. There's other ways where you can one-up people, and it's not necessarily one-up. It's like a hierarchy, like we were just talking about. It's all about this. You should always aim to get to the top, but not by stepping on other people, by being a better person, by genuinely wanting to be a better person. You get to the top, trust me. I'm a delusional attention hog. I don't know about delusional, maybe. I'm delusional. I'm delusional too. I'm not delusional, I'm dreaming. I live in my own world. But that's not that bad. You live in your own world and you invite people to it. And you share your worlds with others, and they share theirs with you. Attention hog. And we all are. You just gotta be careful about how much attention do you want. That's something that you monitor yourself. No one else is gonna monitor that for you. I have no experience with anything past low-level friendships, so everything I do to stand out or be wanted is stupid. Plus, apparently the whole concept is wrong. What do you mean have no experience with anything past low-level friendships? Low-level friendships. I'm guessing that's either friends with benefits or not a deep friendship. And I'm gonna go with the second one because it makes more sense in your case. If you have, or if you don't have any good connections in your life, you're done for. Let me just put this out there. Who you surround with is who you are. And who you will be if you're not. If you got people that put you in check, they're good friends. Stick with them. If you got people that let you be who you are, because you are what you consume and who you surround with. And if you say you're a pick-me, then you're probably surrounding yourself with a bunch of pick-me's. Right? And so it's time to find people that will keep you in check. I seriously hate that I am this way. I think pick me is an understatement, and I'm a disgrace to all of humanity. I shouldn't be liked or allowed to have feelings. Okay, well, I don't think it's that bad. Especially with the especially with the ending. Like, you finished it on a good note. And I know it's not positive, but it's good. You're self-conscious about it. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing is bad. You know, it's not the right thing to do. It's not you're like an oblivious bitch that just does everything out of her own desires and expects people to go along with it. Because a lot of people exist like that, women and men. They're just very out there, right? They think the world revolves around them and people want to have to do things for them. No, you're conscious about it. Matter of fact, just you writing this is, a good sign that you're conscious about it. You're a disgrace to all of humanity? I don't think so. Think about Hitler. That's pretty bad, people. No, you're not a disgrace. You sound very confused, yeah? Are you a disgrace to your family? I don't know. What did you do? OnlyFans? No, just kidding. I shouldn't be liked or allowed to have feelings. That's not true. That's not true. And I know what I'm going to say right now won't probably matter to you. But don't put yourself in that mindset. Don't put yourself in a mindset where you discredit your own feelings and you bring it down to a level where it doesn't matter anymore. Your feelings should be your number one priority. Because if you don't think your feelings matter, no one else will. Why should they? You don't even rate your own feelings. Why should I care? So don't. There's a good human inside every single one. I think it's a good sign that you wrote this. You want to be better. You're struggling with it, obviously. But you want to be better. And I can understand. Jesus, I mean, self-improvement is pretty big. You're here, you're trying. You vented, which is good. But yes, you want to be better. And I applaud you for it. Just like I said, you seem pretty inconfident. Keep yourself in check. Change your friends. Be with people who love you more. Pray. I don't know if you're a Muslim or something like that. Just pray. Find solitude of some sort. Be a pick me, but like pick yourself. Don't wait for other people to pick you. Pick you all the time. But don't become arrogant. Don't do that. Don't allow yourself to become arrogant. Be humble about it. Know what you're good at. Know what you're not good at. Appreciate the good. Try to improve on the bad. That's my advice. You'll get there. Proud of you. All right. We've been here for a while. I'm not gonna... Should I do one more? I'll do one more. I'll do a very quick one. I've got a lot, but yeah. Let's do the last one. Because why not? This is not really a question. I mean, ooh, did you hear that crack? Ugh, nasty. But it's good, it feels good. This is not a question. Oh, actually, it is a question, but it's not that deep. All right. Habits I should start in my early 20s. Let me repeat that. What habits should you start? Oh, Jesus Christ. What habits should you start in your early 20s? What habits should you start in your early 20s? What are some healthy habits that you found helped you with your self-improvement journey? I'm looking for habits that will make it easier for me to reach an older age with a good health and overall wellness. Look, buddy, I'm glad that you're trying to look after yourself. Good job. I'll give you one of those. All right. I'm going to talk about my personal experience. Habits that I started doing in my 20s. I avoided smoking because it does ruin you. I did smoke for a while, but not cigarettes. I started smoking shisha when I was in Jordan because everyone else was doing it. And I was like 17 or 16. I was like, here, pass me the hookah. And because it was taboo, because my parents didn't want me to do it. So I was like, screw this. I define the law. All right. But yeah, probably staying off smoke, staying off crack, stay off the weed. I don't know. Actually, I never tried weed. Maybe. If I tried it, it would be different. I don't know. I'm going to talk about things I've actually tried. Yeah, stay off crack, definitely. But I didn't try crack, no. Gym is a big one. As you can tell, a lot of people go to gym. And yes, it does help mentally for yourself, obviously. And it's not all for females. But if you want to be good with that, go to the gym. It helps you build up your confidence, your body, boost your testosterone as a guy, as a female, it does that too. And for some reason, it's not all that bad for females. Like confident females are, you know, they're exactly what guys want, right? If you want to have a successful marriage. But yeah, go to the gym. That's the number one. Save money. Save money. Don't just go spending your money on stupid shit you don't need. Don't do that. A lot of people do that. I did that at some point. I bought things, clothes, material stuff that I didn't really need, and I didn't do it for long. That's why I'm capable of saying that I saved up successfully. But not really, because, you know, you get hit with financial crises. And sometimes you don't really save up more or enough for it. But yeah, save up, save some money, put some money on the side. Whenever you want to go out, don't go to your parents and go, I need some money. Don't. And which leads me to my third point. Don't rely on your parents. We good? We good. Don't rely on your parents. Just don't. I know they're soft. I know they love you. I know that they offer being there for you all the time. But don't. It's not a healthy way to live. Love your parents. Respect your parents. Appreciate your parents. But don't lean on them. The quicker you can become someone that they can lean on, the better it is for you and for them. And I know some parents are very protective and they don't want to accept that their kid is hatching out the shell or hatching out the egg so soon. But you gotta resist that, right? Because if you're trying to hatch out the egg, don't let them keep you in. Some parents do that, and it's sad. Some people can't help it. They're too protective. Well, yeah. Reading, writing. Why? Because it helps you become different. If you can write and read, it's going to help you be more articulate. And if you're articulate, no one's going to stop you. You say exactly what you want, exactly how you want to say it. No one's going to stop you. A lot of people out there that don't know how to talk. And they sound the same, and they sound stupid, and they sound lazy, and, you know, they sound like they haven't read or wrote anything in their life. It could be whatever. It could be just journaling. You don't really have to write a book. It could be your memoir, right? But yeah, speak. Talk to yourself. That's a form of communication. Just communication. Communication is an art. And you might want to master it sooner or later. Yeah. Habits. What else? Stay off the porn. That's something everyone struggles with, right? Because if you're still in your early 20s, it's gonna ruin your idea of what a relationship would be like, and you're gonna have a very tough relationship later on in your life, if you have any, right? Another habit is being persistent. Not everyone talks about it, but please be persistent. Whatever you do, be persistent with it. Hold on, I'm gonna fix this mic, it's annoying me. All right. Okay, what was I saying? Yeah. Whatever you do, be persistent about it. Like if you're going to the gym, you might sign up for 1 week and you're excited, and then you go for a month, 2 months, and then you give up. Don't do that. None of what I'm saying right now is important or is gonna matter if you don't stay persistent about it. None of this matters. So yeah, being disciplined. And it's not really a habit to be disciplined. It's more like a lifestyle, or more like a habit that is turned into a lifestyle. But yes, please be disciplined. Keep yourself in check. Another habit, hug people. Hug people that you love all the time. Your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your husband, your wife, your dog. Hug someone, Jesus. You don't know how many times my mom comes home and I'll be working, and she developed this habit as well. I noticed whenever she's coming, she just comes along and gives me a hug, or I give her a hug, because one day she's gone and I might be gone. And if I didn't express my love to this woman enough, because I do love my mom or my dad or my brother or my friends, what was I doing with my time? So yeah, spread more love. With my dad, it's not really hugs. He doesn't do hugs. So it's more like a handshake. It's kind of a bit more dry, but he gets it, right? I try to hug him and he tickles me out of it. It's annoying. But yeah. Yes, hugging people. It's a very good habit. I would recommend. What else? Read Philip K. Dick. 100%. Makes you more creative. Oh, be creative. Be very creative. And what I mean by it is draw something. So it's easy as that. Just grab a paper, start scribbling away. You don't really have to be the next Picasso, but whatever is in your mind is going to be on that paper. And you're going to be amazed by what your mind is doing. And then you can get a better idea of what your mind is at and how it's feeling. It's very good. It's very helpful. Or just, record something. Or, I don't know, something creative that you like. For me, it's sometimes scribbling away. But yeah. Talking about scribbling, I should probably get my own canvas soon. I wanted to get a canvas, and I wanted to get one of those archery sets to put it in the backyard. Helps me calm down a little bit more. But yeah, someone told me that she would sell me her canvas for $200 the other day. We'll see about that. I'll take it for free. But yeah, I think I should wrap it up right now. As always, thank you, Exxon. Thank you, Spectrum, for providing the space. You can do your own podcast too if you come to the space, right? It's not that bad. It's a very good studio. I liked all the questions that I got. And we'll probably do a part 2 because there's a lot more questions I didn't go through. It's an 1.5-hour episode. I already feel like I should dedicate more time to it because I don't want to go through it all by once and burn it out. I want to actually be present in the moment. Am I talking in monotone? Jesus, I just noticed. I'm sorry. But yeah, it was very good. It was a very nice episode. I enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it as well. I don't know. I don't really have an outro for you. I already gave my shout outs. If you enjoyed it, tell someone about it, I guess. If you liked it. Maybe someone does need help. Maybe someone out there wants your help. Just love your people. Look after your people like you would look after yourself, and look after yourself like you would look after your people. Okay? Cool. I'm done being preachy. I'm going to go back home and take the piss out of my brother. Thank you very much. Goodbye.